Alright guys, welcome back to Persona 3 Reload. Last time we met in Persona 3 Reload, we just continued in Tartarus, and well, that's exactly what we're doing in this part, just finishing up our session in Tartarus. That explains why this part is actually very short today. It's because, well... Anyway, so yeah, that's why this part's so short, is because it's finishing up Tartarus for the day. In fact, I will be honest, it was a lot longer, by the because of I did some Velvet Room stuff, but if you know me, I cut out Velvet Room stuff because, you know, there's no point. Yeah, Koromaru spotted the enemy. Yeah, so did I. So doesn't matter what we spot. But luckily, I summoned the Great Clock once again, so I'm going to be using that to level up somebody. Looks like I'm leveling up Ken. And Junpei. So yeah, it looks like Ken and Junpei, the two characters I'm probably going to end up benching in like 2 hours, are going to be getting the benefits of that. Usually I would try to prioritize, how do I enjoy the clock? What the fuck does that mean? It's a fucking clock. Is that why I'm not clicking the X button? Because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that's supposed to mean? By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you do choose someone who is currently not in your equipped party, that person will go out of their way to say, hey, I'm feeling fired up, you should probably take me into the next battle, which is, you know, their way of saying, the game's way of reminding you who you chose. Me? Okay, I'm about to say, it's like, well, I'm about to say, it's like, I shouldn't be summoning the Reaper, he's not, I don't have the theurgy for that.
That sounds like a very grown-up thing to do. Maybe I should learn how to play one day.
I think the most exposure I've had to Mahjong, besides that episode of Chowder, was Yakuza. Because, in Yakuza, you can play Mahjong in that game, and that's the most I've been exposed to it. I still don't understand the rules. I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand the rules, and I don't think I ever will. Alright, but Junpei is officially level 99. Doesn't mean anything, but he's level 99. Yeah, because remember, you stop learning new skills at like level 80. So level 90, getting to level 99 is just a matter of, do you want more health and SP for that character? Have I gotten Arcana Burst? I haven't really been paying attention to that. I just realized I haven't really been paying attention to Arcana Burst, so I haven't really been noticing if I got it or not. God damn, dude, I really suck at hitting these damn things. There we go. That's why. I was wondering, like, why did I do that? But then I remembered he's weak to physical. He's weak to strike skills. Oh no, I do have Arcana Burst. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Because I know I do prioritize getting Arcana Burst as soon as possible, but usually I think I've only had one instance in my run-throughs of my 2 run-throughs of Persona 3 Reload where I didn't get Arcana Burst for that session, and one, I think it was because it was towards the end of the game. Like it was the final sections of the game, because spoiler alert, the game ends in Tartarus technically. The final boss is at the top of Tartarus. Spoiler alert on that, I guess. But you know, when you're making your way up to the final floors of Tartarus, I think I just genuinely didn't care and did not engage with any enemies whatsoever unless they were required. Because at that point I think I was level 99, so I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to keep going through the game. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm getting the stairs. Honestly, like, I think later on when we start going to when we go to Tartarus, you'll start to notice that I genuinely stop giving a fuck after a while because of, you know, everyone's level 99 at that point in the game, so engaging in battles is pointless. But there will be a point when, like, you know, when I'm going through Tartarus, you'll notice that I engage in battles anyway for no reason. The only real reason I engage in battles after getting a level 99 is just to get resources like yen or, skill cards and shit like that. Like, that would be the only reason I engage in battles. And also for the sake of, you know, not making the game boring as all hell for the Let's Play. Yeah, but look at that. Everyone's around level 90. The only outlier is Ken, and it's not even by that much. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. So, I do believe that this, I mean, of course, I do the monad passage, for this block, meaning that once we finish off the border, like once we get to the next gatekeeper boss and I finish him off, I go to the monad passage. And I'm taking Ken for some reason, mainly probably to level him up. And I'm taking Akihiko and Yukari because they're part of my usual party. Yeah, because usually my usual party is Makoto, Yukari, and Akihiko, and then I switch out whoever for whatever the situation calls for. But I think I usually stick to having Mitsuru in the party. Yep. So yep, we're about to enter the we're about to defeat the next gatekeeper, which this one isn't that hard. If I remember right. I think I don't die. I know I died to this one my first playthrough, but I think it was because I did something straight up fucking stupid. I can't remember what I did, though. Watching its attributes will... Yep. Okay, I think I figured out what I did then. Something tells me I know what I did. If it counters a physical attack, I'll know. I know there was something I did stupid with this boss specifically. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one that was similar. Because, you know, the thing about the shadows in this game is that they kind of just reskin certain shadows. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure we saw the table one like 14 times. Yeah, I might be thinking of a different one, a similar version of this boss battle that I believe repelled physical attacks, and for some reason that didn't click in my brain, and I ended up using a very strong physical move on it, and ended up getting myself killed for no reason. Because I know I've done that. I mean, I'm pretty sure every Persona player has done that at least once in their life. Even if it was unintentional because they had like high counter and you didn't know it. Like, I know I've done that plenty of times. I know I'm that fucking stupid. I know I did it once in Persona 5.
I have to do it.
Like, I think the only time that, like, Persona 5 specifically, I think I only had one major death in 5 that I'm remembering. And I think it was Okumura's fight. And that was because I didn't even notice, I don't think I noticed the time limit, and so I kind of took way too fucking long to actually defeat Okumura. I'm talking like vanilla Persona 5, by the way, not Royal. Royal made the boss fight both worse and a little bit easier, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how to word it. It wasn't as bad as in Royal, but it wasn't particularly grand. I know I didn't like it much in Royal. Then again, there was not much they could do to make Okumura's palace as a whole tolerable, and to be honest with you. I mean, there was just like Okumura's palace was just a low point in everyone's playthrough. I have to say, like I can't really think of any other instance in 5 that was a low point as bad as Okumura's, because it was just, for one, the character arc that happened in that section of the game was just so fucking stupid. You know, it was Morgana stole Haru's arc, and I will always say that until the day I die. I thought that said Immortal Snake, and I was like, well, I'm about to prove that wrong. No, it doesn't matter. This one's gonna go by faster. Ow. I don't know if I need to. I feel like I don't know if I have to mention this, but I feel like I should. Theurgies also ignore Tetrakarn and Makarakarn. Ooh, that's a good one, but I'm not gonna take it, am I? I don't think I ever take the Cups tarot card unless it's actually like, you know, your Theurgy is charged, or a certain amount of your health or your allies' health is restored. Like, I can't really think of an instance where I use like the Cups one for like your next physical attack will be more powerful, or your next one physical attack will be deflected. I don't think I ever really choose that. Like, I can't really think of an instance where I choose it.
Powerful enemy spotted. Please.
All right.
There are 2 targets. I've already scanned this one.
The best bet. I've got
This one.
So I played a little bit more of Persona 5X, or I don't know. Is it just, it's Persona 5 the Phantom X, but I always call it Persona 5X for some reason. I don't know why. But I played a little bit more of P5X, and you know, I still think the same of it. In fact, if anything, I feel like I already, I don't want to say broke it, but I feel like I already get the flow of the game for the most part. In terms of its combat. The only thing is just like, it's really weird playing Persona 5 or a Persona game in general. Why did I do that? It's weird playing a Persona game while having to be constantly connected to the internet, because it makes the battles drag a little bit, if that makes sense. Because, you know, if your Wi-Fi is absolute shit, or, you know, you're just not in a good range for your Wi-Fi, you're going to be constantly pausing a little bit because the game's loading the next character's turn. And it really just kind of breaks the flow a little bit, to be honest with you. I never had, I mean, and it's just a thing that I have a problem with. You know, that's a personal thing because my Wi-Fi is absolute shit and all that, but that's just a personal problem, I know, but it just feels weird, to be honest with you. But besides that, the game's fine. Like, again, it's just, you know, I'm a few hours in, and, you know, all I've really done was do about half of the first palace. I'm assuming the first and probably only palace, because I haven't run in, I have not seen any indication that there's more to the game. Because the only thing I have seen from Persona 5X in terms of other platform, like other social media, is the Subway Slammer memes. I've only seen him. I've never seen anything. I haven't seen anything else. Like, I haven't seen anything past that, to be honest with you.
All right.
Then again, it could be similar to the original Persona 5 situation, where most people stopped playing before the first palace was even done. Come on, Ken. There you go, Yukari. You see, Ken, that's how you get a critical hit. Alright, that all-out attack sucked. Let's try it again. Oh, come on, Makoto. Oh my god, I didn't even hesitate. God damn, by the way, the bitrate for whenever Akihiko uses his theurgy, it just looks like Akihiko just knocked out my every pixel in my monitor right before doing his theurgy. Like, it's hard to explain. I know you guys can't see it, but god damn, it is. It's bad. It's like, I killed the bitrate. But then again, that's what happens when you render at the lowest settings. Well, not the lowest settings, but, you know. I saw that, Ken! I saw that! You teleporting motherfucker.
Well,
No, you want to explain to me why you're teleporting? Your ass can teleport. Oh, wait, you can only teleport 3 feet, huh? Oh, no, you're still useless. I was to say, it's like, if you could teleport us to the top of this damn tower. Alright, but we got our old document, meaning that we've officially finished up another one of Elizabeth's requests once I go talk to her. And also, of course, yeah, it's a nice view. You can stop looking at it. You're like, ooh. It's like, ooh, red lakes.
good day. Here are my let's hear the results.
And I got 70,000 yen out of that, which is cool.
Very well.
Probably about to spend all of it in the Velvet Room, but I don't remember if I do. But, yeah, I just cut out Velvet Room stuff because, again, I don't need, you guys don't need to see that. You know, it's just, honestly, the Velvet Room is such a screensaver when I'm in there because I'm looking at fusion calculators, looking exactly at what I need and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I knew what I'm doing. Yeah, get rid of sexy dance. What's the point of that?
Good day.
Can you imagine
Here are my wonderful.
Siegfried doing a sexy dance? I don't know.
Very well.
I don't know why it did that. That was actually part of his I'm 2 under.
Very well.
But yeah, I was just doing that for a request because you have to bring her a Siegfried with Endure. But that's something you can. I think that's only possible through inheritance or skill cards, which I chose skill cards because it was easier. But yeah. So yeah, that's actually the end of the session, by the way. But the next time we meet in Persona 3 Reload, I believe we're going to be going back to our normal social link stuff. But we are close to getting into spoiler territories. I will be warning you now. But, again, I will be after a certain part, like, I think once once the next full moon boss battle happens, like, that part, I will be putting a spoiler warning from there on out, like, at the beginning of every part. But, again, I'll get into all that at a later time. But I'll see you guys next time for Persona 3 Reload, and take care.